This is The Scoop for Tuesday.
I'm Josh Holton with the WMNF News headlines. A transgender Hillsborough County teacher has to go back to using her pronouns assigned at birth in the classroom after a preliminary injunction was overturned in court. WMNF's Chris Young says the teacher and says she will no longer return for the upcoming school year.
Katie Wood says she was devastated after the preliminary injunction allowing her to use Miss in the classroom was overturned.
Yeah, it just leaves me with so many questions. So many things are up in the air. My future. It's just really scary.
In a 2-1 decision, a panel of the 11th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals overturned the injunction, saying that, quote, a teacher's right to speak is not without limits, and that state restrictions did not violate her speech rights. The lawsuit came due to a 2023 Florida law requiring teachers to use pronouns assigned with their sex at birth. Wood says the decision to not return for the upcoming school year was tough and was sad she won't see her students graduate.
It's looking, at least as of right now, that Florida is just not a safe place for me to teach. And so I'm trying to figure out what that means for me.
A judge is expected to rule soon on the rest of the legal challenges in the case. Chris Young, WMNF News.
Last year, an ecologist at the University of Florida discovered an outbreak of a disease affecting starfish. WMNF's Zoe Sachs reports the discovery of what's called sea star wasting disease in Florida was shocking.
Alex Romer is a quantitative ecologist at the University of Florida who specializes in invasive species. During a snorkeling trip at Lake Worth Cove in Palm Beach County, he noticed some sea stars that did not look healthy. Romer says he recognized the characteristics of sea star wasting disease, which is more common in the Pacific Ocean.
And they were kind of exhibiting symptoms that were kind of unusual. So they had limbs that were actually atrophying from their bodies. They were falling off their body. And then they had white necrotic lesions. And so many years ago, I took a class in AP Environmental Science and when this disease was first being recorded on the West Coast. And so I actually recognized that this was a characteristic of this disease, sea star wasting disease.
Researchers do not yet know the consequences of sea star wasting disease, but they do know it is spreading. It's unclear whether it could spread to the Gulf of Mexico. Romer encourages everyone to observe nature and keep an eye out for things that could have a big impact. For WMNF News, I'm Zoe Sachs.
Florida Attorney General James Uthmeier has appealed a federal judge's ruling that found him in civil contempt because of a letter he sent in April after she ordered a halt to enforcement of a new state immigration law. Uthmeier's lawyers last week filed a notice of appealing U.S. District Judge Kathleen Williams' ruling to the 11th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals. The issue stems from a law passed during a February special legislative session that created state crimes for undocumented immigrants who enter or re-enter Florida. The Florida Immigrant Coalition, Farm Worker Association of Florida, and 2 individual plaintiffs filed a lawsuit on April 2nd, contending in part that the law violates what is known as the Supremacy Clause of the U.S. Constitution because immigration enforcement is a federal responsibility. Williams on April 29th issued a preliminary injunction to continue blocking the law, saying it was likely preempted by federal immigration enforcement authority. Uthmeier requested a stay of the preliminary injunction but was turned down. Such a stay would have allowed enforcement of the law while the legal battle plays out. Strong thunderstorms and heavy rainfall are possible in areas across the Florida Peninsula, including our area today. Meteorologist Megan Borowski from the Florida Public Radio Emergency Network tells us the heavy rain rates could lead to flash flooding.
Right, so we are watching an upper-level disturbance that is tracking toward the Florida Peninsula today, and it will help to provide the energy needed for numerous thunderstorms to develop. We also have a tropical air mass that is moving in, and this feature will provide plenty of moisture to support heavy rain rates. I do expect storms to fire up during the afternoon today, and they could become quite strong during the evening commute. It's not out of the realm of possibility for storms to produce isolated pockets of rain rates on the order of 1 or 2 inches an hour.
Megan also says that frequent lightning strikes and strong wind gusts will be possible from the strongest storms this evening. She urges us to take shelter inside as storms approach. Thunderstorms today with highs in the upper 80s. More storms tonight with overnight lows in the upper 70s. More stormy weather tomorrow and highs in the upper 80s. I'm Josh Holton with the WMNF News headlines.
This is The Scoop, recorded at WMNF Tampa.